All right, guys, what's up? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And in this one, this video is strictly going to be me looking from the outside in, and perhaps you guys can give me some more insight on this, because quite frankly, I am not a Battle Royale player. And despite the fact that I absolutely love this game, I have been strictly and exclusively been sticking to Arena because that is what I enjoy. I haven't even touched Onslaught, and I sure as hell haven't touched Battle Royale. I'm not a Battle Royale player, and I don't care if it's a different take on Battle Royale. I don't care if there are respawns. I just like Arena way too much, so I haven't even played the Battle Royale, let alone Onslaught as well. I love the pacing of the Arena. I'm slowly but surely getting used to portals. So the gunplay is amazing. I love the fact that you can get in engagements within like seconds after spawning and everything in between, the movement, etc., the pacing. So I am on the outside looking in, and I want to take this topic and basically make it well beyond my streams and well beyond what I've seen in terms of what has been put all over social media. And I want something that's a little bit more concrete and a little bit of a larger sample size, because quite frankly, one subject that has been kind of whispered by certain members of the Splitgate 2 community is about Battle Royale and whether or not it should either A, be scrapped completely, so that way more attention can be put into Arena/Onslaught, B, replaced with something else, or C, changed and made better, right? Because we all know what's been said about the Battle Royale. First of all, there's been speculation. People have been saying, oh, was it a mistake that it was implemented because Arena and Battle Royale really don't mix? It's pretty much like trying to mix water and oil. There are other people out there that have basically said that there's also a lot of optimization issues with Battle Royale, which is true. There are a significant amount of players that have experienced optimization issues with the Battle Royale, which is one of the reasons why they stopped playing. And on top of that, there are also other people out there that just don't prefer the flavor of Battle Royale that Splitgate 2 offers. However, there are a smaller amount of players that absolutely love it and adore it. But I don't know if those players can go either way or whatever the deal is, but you guys get the drill, right? We have one of three possible scenarios with the Battle Royale. And the reason why I'm mentioning this in this video isn't just because I talked about it in stream earlier today or just asked my stream questions and just wanted to expand upon it, but it's also because Battle Royale is a significant part of the time that has to be divided between the devs. And it is something that also, let's just be real here, it's a vision that Ian had that basically is a vision come to life, right? So it's something that's very important, that is very significant. So because there are members of the community that think it's a better idea to keep it and just make it better, there are other members of the community that also think that it should be just scrapped completely, and there are other members that think that it should just be replaced or whatnot. I don't know. I can go either way because again, I don't play it. There's obviously, been people that have been asking for a PvE mode and using the Battle Royale for a PvE mode or something like that, which I know that the devs have heard left and right, and hopefully they're doing something about it. But just remember, guys, when they add something in, even if they don't get rid of anything, right? When they add something in, that's just going to mean more time divided with the devs among a team that isn't as big as it used to be, between three major areas, or should I say four major areas of the game, right? Because you have your Arena, you have your Onslaught, and you have a Battle Royale. So if you add in a fourth part, that's just going to be more time divided. But with that being said, obviously this relaunch, right? If everything that I mentioned in the previous video ends up coming to fruition, if not really, really close to that, I think we'll be in a good spot. But again, it's not all about what I think, and it's more about what the community wants, because unfortunately, video games are a business, and Splitgate 2 has this immense challenge to where it needs to do something that is its own unique thing, right? That also appeases its own audience and having an identity of itself, while simultaneously doing something that's popular that will in turn invite new players in or beginner players in and gain interest from parts beyond just the community. Because as of right now, where we stand, the truth is that the Splitgate community is a small community, right? Or should I say, where we are now, the only part of the community that is still playing this game are the true passionate people, right? And even a percentage of those people have stopped playing. I'm talking about even competitive players that are playing different games now. They're either playing COD, I think, or Marvel Rivals, if I've heard correctly. Okay, so again, these guys got to compete. They got to try to make some money while competing and all that kind of other stuff, you know, gain their rep up and try to get themselves out there so that way they can, you know, have like, you know, a career and play professionally and stuff like that. I get it, you know, because right now there's nothing in the works for that, right? There's nothing in the works for competitive Splitgate 2. This game is just trying to get its footing. So again, we find ourselves in a very interesting and challenging position. And I think a very big chunk of this is a big question mark that surrounds the Battle Royale. Because first of all, the question is obviously, where are you at? Like, do you think it should either A, be kept, but improve it and make it better? And if that's the case, if that's you, what do they need to do in order to make it better? Because again, I'm not a Battle Royale player. I'm on the outside looking in, and I want you guys to speak your words, because more and more devs are watching my stuff, believe it or not, which I greatly appreciate. So, and it's another reason why I make videos like this, so that way they can get a bigger, consider my videos like little mini surveys that can help give more feedback to the devs to make the game better and to get a vision. Because it's not about what I have to say, it's more about what you guys have to say in the comments section, right? So are you in that group right there that thinks that Battle Royale should be improved in what they can do? Or are you in group B, to where it's like scrap it completely and you know, basically make it to where, you know, the arena gets the attention as well as Onslaught? Or are you in group C, to where you basically replace it with something else, right? This was originally a Battle Royale. Now it's going to be something else, like let's say a PvE mode, to where you have, you know, hordes of enemies coming at you, you know, sub bosses and whole bosses, and then you go from one portal to the next. You're doing rounds, you're playing with your friends and all that kind of stuff. Destiny style or something like that, you know. Obviously they've got the assets to do that, and there's going to be additional time that's going to be needed in order for them to make that their own unique thing, but it's certainly possible. But I think it's going to take way too much time to make something like that happen. But at the same time, it could be wrong. Maybe Ian himself had a contingency plan to where it was like, hey, if this doesn't end up getting popular, maybe, you know, we'll have something else already created, so that way, if it doesn't work out for Battle Royale, we have an alternative. You know, you never know. It's possible. I'm not sure, but it's possible. You know, but it seems like that they really put all their bets on Battle Royale, because quite frankly, when they went up on Summer's Game Fest, Battle Royale was the only thing that was talked about for the most part, right? I mean, when they presented Splitgate 2, all that was mentioned was Battle Royale, right? There was no talk about the arena game mode and describing arena and describing Onslaught. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, because I know we already had the beta, but it would have been nice to have those two things that were mentioned as well, because they are significant parts of the game. And I think the big thing was that they wanted to announce Battle Royale, because this Battle Royale is just, despite the fact that it's not in its prime anymore, it's still popular enough. Battlefield 6 is going to have one coming up. So again, first of all, where are you, you know, when it comes to this? Where do you stand? And what do you think should be done? And again, this is all you guys. I really don't have much to say about it, because I am just perfectly fine without a Battle Royale. I am perfectly fine with, you know, the only thing that I'm not perfectly fine with is the fact that obviously the game is not, you know, as popular as it possibly can be, and therefore the game is in danger of going down. That's what I'm not fine with, because I enjoy the hell out of this game, even in its current iteration. I love the gunfights, I love the movement and all that kind of stuff. However, all of these other aspects that we've been talking about through God knows how many videos now are important topics to talk about, and communication needs to be continued back and forth between you guys in the comment section and the developers as well, because that is ultimately what's going to form the game, and that's ultimately what's going to decide this game's fate. Because it's not about me, the minority. It's not. It really isn't. I don't mean jack shit to this game, because I am just one person. I am in the minority because many players will not stick around and play this game for the same reasons that I do. Many players need something to grind for. They need multitude of modes. They want, you know, they need the complete experience of just like everything. Because for a lot of players out there, if there's one specific thing that's missing, and that one specific thing could be a multitude of things, right? If that one thing is missing, then they're like, oh, I'm going to put it down. I'm not going to play it. You know what I mean? So again, this is the kind of challenge that Splitgate 2 has to face, that it's tackling head on as best as they possibly can. So, and that's why I continue to make videos like this, because I'm doing everything that I possibly can in order to help to keep this game up, because I'm enjoying the shit out of it and I want to continue enjoying the hell out of it and to continue to play it. So, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's all about the fun factor for me, and I sure as hell don't want to see this game suffer the same fate as X Defiant, right? Or as Iron Sights, because I've recently been told on stream that Iron Sight, the game that's an arcade shooter that was for PC only, they couldn't keep the servers up anymore, and that game was recently put down as well. And I even played that game when I was on my PC, when I was on my mouse and keyboard stint for a while, and I actually had a lot of fun with it. The only part that I didn't find fun was the fact that I was still learning how to play on mouse and keyboard, and it was really frustrating because it takes a lot of time, right? It takes a lot of time, but the game itself was still solid for what it was. And you know, it sucks when you hear something like that go down, especially after as many years as it's been up. It sucks, but it is what it is. This is how the cookie crumbles, and so yeah. But with that being said, your comments in the comment section as far as insights and what they should do or what they shouldn't do is going to play, I think, a big role, because again, they continuously want our feedback, and I will continue to make videos regarding topics that will give them that feedback. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to end it here. I want to know everything that you have in mind as far as this topic is concerned down below. And as always, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and or listen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.